find is, or what I will show you from here is, behind all the machine learning algorithms that you'll be seeing this program throughout, mathematics or statistics or molecular modeling, they are the base. So if you have a very good grip on them, then these things become very easy for them. But the reverse is also fine. You can learn machine learning first, then you can apply it in your domain, because your domain knowledge will definitely be there with you, but it will be helpful. So this is how, this is one example mainly. I'm talking about the drug discovery. Okay, drug response relationship. This is a very popular graph in drug discovery, like something which is toxic or non-toxic. It depends on dose. We say that too much of everything is bad. So you go on feeding, right? Then either you'll become obese or it will become a toxic to you. You cannot absorb it. You'll be having diseases like vomiting, or you can have a loose motion or something. Right? Too much of everything. But that's the adverse effect. So whenever you go to drug discovery, also what drug means, I'm talking the simple language in drug is like I'm talking about tablet. Consider paracetamol. You consume a lot of paracetamol together, it will have a side effect, right? So when doctors give you, they will give you very precise information, like you have to take a 650 gram of paracetamol, and it should be within the hours of 8 hours delay. That means in a day you can take 3 times, right? And a gap of 8 hours. If the disease doesn't cure, what happens if you take less, or what happens if you take more? Generally, if you see a classic example, which I tell my parents or my mother also, because they used to the doctor gives a tablet for 10 days, so they will be taking it for 6 days, and they will feel very good, and they will eventually lift it. They will not have it for the 6, 7, or 8, and till the course. They will not complete the course. What happens is, eventually this disease may come again. Okay, the virus doesn't goes, it gets weak, therefore I feel very good. But when you come to an external contact, the virus can come again. What happens, you can have a repetition of the disease or the same thing. And then what will you say? That yeah, those medicine didn't work, so I need to change the doctor, I need to go to somewhere else. But when a process is given, we should always follow. So that's where this adverse effect of dose is, the graph that I'm showing here. The death response, deficiency, toxicity. So this is a similar kind of graph. The dose, particular dose, is the amount of quantity that is given. That defines how much your body can take, how much will be helpful for your body, how much will become toxic for your body. Right? So when it was done experimentally, yes, it was done. A lot of things were done, and a lot of data was there. But now what happens is, as the process went on, a huge amount of data is being developed. So sorry, paracetamol is the not only drug. There may be very similar drugs, right? Similar compounds, but we don't know which one to follow. So if a new drug is supposed to be developed, it will take a lot of years, almost 10 to 15 years, because it has to go to multiple phases, and a billions of amount will be expended on it, right? So forget paracetamol. Suppose a new drug X is supposed to be developed, and suppose it is to be developed for a new disease, which is related to cancer. So how do you do? Can you just start from somewhere and begin? You can do that. That's how it starts. But it will take 15 years. In 15 years, that disease or the patient would not live, right? So we need to reduce this time, and that's where the data science comes up. Because what we have is, with all the drugs which are currently there running in the market, right? We know what are they. We know the structures there. Once you have the structures in chemical terms, then you can generate features from there. What are the properties in the structure? Whether it's molecular weight, whether it be some valence electron, the structure or something. How many bonds are there? How many atoms are there? So all these things leads to actually a huge amount of data, big data. And now computers are becoming very strong. If you buy a laptop of today 1.5 lakhs or so, it will work like a workstation only. You can really do a lot of things of computation. Not the previous one which we used to brought maybe 10 years back, where only if you were doing a particular thing or you're trying to do something else, it gets hanged. So this is not there now. So computer system is really approved. So computing is not at all power. So with such a big amount of data, algorithms of AI, ML, deep learning, or graphs can easily apply, and it can be used to predict toxicity. What comes at the end during drug discovery can now be predicted before and only. So if a particular structure which you're developing is predicted to be toxic, then better we avoid it, because that will be only a waste of time. So to change, right? So that becomes very easy. The prediction capability makes machine learning very, very helpful. It is a very simple example like where it has been developing. So this is an example of said experiments in material science, where you see, if we really use AIML, it is going to accelerate the entire discovery process. Because when I told you simulations are nothing but the experiments only in computers, right? They are called surrogating experiments. Before doing it in the wet lab, we can run it in the computers and see whether we're getting the desired result or not. If yes, then we can go to labs. Data. So which data to use, we don't know, because some data may be very complex, some may be very straightforward, right? So how do we transform? How do we make the complex data simple and a simple data complex? In those cases, AIML has a lot of mathematical packages which can directly use, and the analysis, exploring a large space, you know, without computers or without AIML, it's become very difficult. And what can it lead to? If we actually do AIML today, actually we can build databases. Database is something where a lot of data can be there together, and that database can be used by someone X for his AIML progress. So database is one of the major output of AIML. Machine learning, of course, if you have data, you can do a lot of things in machine learning. You can use a lot of algorithms, uh, predictions, right? Optimization. Already a process is there, right? The process exists, but should we do the same or not? We should do the same if we can optimize the process. Something which is very long consuming, time consuming one, if you can optimize it to a lesser time, that's also a good research. So AIML contributes in different aspects that we'll try to find out in the upcoming classes. So before concluding, I'll just show you a very small example. I'll ask you a question today, and maybe sometime I'll give you an answer to this based on what I've done. So we are very familiar with mushrooms nowadays, right? So we eat mushrooms. It's available in the market, and it's not that mushrooms are used now. It has been eaten by long ago. Many people have been eating it. It's there, and it has become a cultivation now, right? People are growing mushrooms. Local people, they're doing it at their home. And if you see, India is now sixth globally in the mushroom production, and every year we export almost 1.82 1,80,000 metric tons of mushroom outside, right? So it has become a fortune. It gives a lot of money, and you don't need a lot of space, a lot of time. You grow it, right? I hope everybody has seen how mushroom, and we also do a lot of mushrooms entrepreneur here, and it gives to rise to agripreneur, right? Agriculture entrepreneur that we call agripreneur mainly. And what is expected is by 2032, the global market, that means people will be actually consuming mushroom, because if you see those who are what you call the vegan people who are eating all those things, the vegan foods, they prefer mushroom over paneer and all. So it is very common now. And another fact which is available in internet, you can see why mushroom is preferred is because it's considered very nutritious, right? And we know these facts. We are the humans. We know what is the nutritional values, which mushroom is good, where to eat this mushroom, and how much protein they give. What is the comparison between chicken or meat or with the mushroom, paneer or so those things are very known to us. It's facts. They are there in every newspaper, in every ad. Every company who is selling mushroom, they will give the statistics and all. Very well known, right? We people know. The question is, what is the other side? See, this is something of report from 2022 and 22. Okay, mushroom is consumed. I made you the statement that we are really we're exporting almost 1,82 million metric ton of mushrooms. Fine, but then why are people still consuming poisonous mushrooms? Okay, it happens. I'm showing you the pictures of Northeast and Assam, but it happens most of the cases. People are dying. This is of 2020-22. This has not stopped. This is 23, where you see a lot of mushroom poisoning is there, and this happened even this year also. So why is this case? If we have so much of knowledge of mushroom, if we are growing so much of mushroom, if it has become an agripreneur, then why is this case there still in 2024? That means this year. Why has people still died eating mushroom? Right? So what can be the cause? This is something which people should think, and this is the other side of the mushroom, which I'm showing you. Now the question is, at the end of this training, when by December, when everything is done, you're learning AIML. Can you find a reason of solving this issue? Can we reduce this death? Basically, because these are those people who eat mushrooms without knowing. They see it's a mushroom and they eat it. Okay, they don't know whether it is going to harm it or it is going to be beneficial, because they know mushrooms should be at. They will eat mushrooms, right? So that difference, whether a mushroom should be eaten or should not be eaten, whether it is edible or poisonous, this distinction is still something which is lacking among us. I'm not talking about someone else. Even me, if I go outside, I'll not be able to know whether that a mushroom which is there somewhere, whether it's edible or poisonous. I may think it's poisonous, but maybe it is the most fresh poison mushroom anyone can take. So I may see like it is edible, but actually it's poisonous, right? So the question here lies is, so this is the last slide. Question here lies is like, can we use images? So these are some of the mushroom images. You can see they're edible and poisonous mushrooms. So can you use AI/ML or deep learning or something today and convert or these facts which are there? Can we reduce these facts? Can we make an awareness? Is it possible that people use technologies, people use AI/ML, and they can help to identify by using perhaps a mobile camera to see whether they're consuming that mushroom, whether it's poisonous or edible. If it's edible, well and good. If it's poisonous, maybe we can reduce some more deaths. Right? This question goes to you. It's not our problem. Whatever solution we have found, maybe I'll show you in some of the classes in the future. But I'm starting with this question. There is only one question. There are thousands of similar questions which you can ask and see if AI/ML can solve it or not. Okay, so I'll not go beyond this. We'll start our regular class maybe from Wednesday, not Wednesday, right? Thursday maybe. So that will be put in a group whatever team takes. But if you're really skilled, you want to improve the skill, please try to attend all the classes. I'll share it. If you really want to gather the skill or want to really work on this AI/ML thing, you should attend every class. And if you're not attending, then you can discuss with your friends in the group if you have missed something. It will be very good if you attend. You go in hands, and mainly clear the basic concepts, right? Yeah, PPT you will get after a particular course. We don't get the PPT regularly because that's a very vague practice which you don't do. Otherwise, what will happen is you think you have the PPT and you don't attend the class. So that's a mindset. We don't do that. After we believe that a substantial course amount has been solved, we'll give a PPT so that you can revert. So if you want to see the PPT, you have to learn. You have to attend the class. That's very important. So I think I'll wind up here. If you have any question, you can quickly put. You can put in the chat also. I'll try to answer. And if you want to ask, then you can ask. Now it's open. No, you don't need to install anything today. As of when they'll come, I will tell you how to do. And perhaps I'll prefer that since everybody has a Google account, you can directly go to Google Colab, and it has a lot of install in the cloud software. So we can give you the software, the packages you can directly install there instead of making your PC. Because I don't know if everybody has a very good configuration laptop, that may even create you some problem only. So Google Colab is very efficiently can be used. We'll go in that way. Anything else? I hope the timings are fine. Just try to find. If there's any issue, what language you need to have language before starting a course, we'll prefer Python. At least if basics of Python, if you have, that will be good. But if you have no knowledge, that's also fine, no problem. Python is very easy, and it's available in all the sources. You can find if you have any question regarding programming, you can quickly ask even Google. It will give you the code because most of the Pythons are available. Python codes are available in the Google. Only the question is you have to learn what you want. You have to know what you want. Only then you can ask the question, right? So once you have that, that becomes very easy. So as of now, you can start learning Python, but we don't teach Python here because we don't have that much time. But even if you don't have any programming skill, please don't think like you'll be behind the group. Everybody will be together. So I believe 4 p.m. is fine, right? There's no issue with that. And days are flexible. Let's keep it in mind it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every day there will be group. We don't need to give a head start for Python as of now. At least first 1 month we'll be doing a lot of theory, mainly maths. If you want to really learn, you can learn probability. You can learn first order logic, propositional logic. Right. You can learn this. probability mainly. Okay. And you can learn propositional logics. So these things you can start. Statistics. You can just go this. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I'll make that clear. Uh, so what happens is you are the sixth batch. So till now we have been doing it online only, and we are not asking anyone to come. But now, if someone really wants to work and he's only in the close proximity of this institute, they can come and talk. They can come and even learn here practically with us, work with us like interns. Although we're not going to pay anything, but or nor are going to give any certificate. We'll be getting the skill development certificate only. But if you really want to come and learn, you are welcome. You just need to drop a mail or you can put in the group the message. So you can learn as well as you can help in some of the small works that can improve your skill. But we're not asking everyone to come. That's not compulsory. That's not possible. You cannot accommodate so many people. But if someone is very near to East Jorhat or someone is very highly interested to come, then you are always welcome. You can come and work in some of the small projects we're doing. No, we close the institute at 5:30, so we cannot do at 5. And we'll try to end by 5. Yeah, because we have restrictions of office time also. Next till 5:30, we have to end. But to start at 5, it is not possible, so it cannot be next. Anyway, some days when majority of you have some issues, that we'll try to delay the class, or maybe we can take it on Saturdays or beware weekends if possible, or holidays. That's fine. But I think it's better we keep by 4. That would be good for all of us. That better you discuss with the group, whether it's 4 or 4:30. But the ending time should not be beyond 5:30, as much as possible, so that you can make a voting in the class in the group itself. Like if someone wants 4:30, yeah, next class will be on Thursday. Tomorrow is a holiday. So that decide that I give to you people, but see 4 or 4:30 or 4:15. Okay. So thank you. Welcome all of you. I think AIML is not for anyone. It's for all. MCA, BCA, BSc, MSc, BA, LLB, everybody can learn. Learning doesn't need any subject specific. If your MCA is good, you should be a little bit more good in your programming language and all. And Python is not a compulsory. I'm saying programming language is not a compulsory. Programming itself is not a compulsory. If you don't know, we'll teach. Or you just join us in hand, you can learn. So there's no compulsion of you have to learn Python or R or something. But we prefer Python because the cloud becomes very easy to communicate with all of us. If you're learning Python, very good. If you're learning Python, it's really good for you. You can help all others also in the assignments. Okay, fine. I will sign off then because I have some other works. Okay, see you on Thursday. Keep seeing the group and try to respond in the group, and you'll be getting all the information there. Thank you. Bye.